Hey guys, welcome to Crick-Cast, a cricket podcast. So I am Mayuk, and once again, all of us are back with a post-match podcast. We all saw Sunrisers Hyderabad defeating Kings XI Punjab by a comprehensive 69 runs, a pretty one-sided match, and we'll have a detailed discussion on that. So I just want to place a question in front of all of you that it's 3 days in a row we are just having one-sided matches. So we are just dying to watch a close match, but unfortunately it's not happening. So what are your comments on that?
Right. So it's a one-sided match. It's basically today's match was not that good. It was all about. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, right. So today's match was not at all good. It was completely one-sided. It was all about Sunrisers Hyderabad and nothing else from the start to the end. 40 overs. It was all about Sunrisers. Puran was good. Puran was very good. He was playing very well. Apart from Puran's innings, which was of six, 8 overs, nothing went in Punjab's way. And we have all seen IPL for a long time. This is the 13th season, and it is not shocking to see Punjab losing such matches because Punjab has a tendency of losing easy games. This game was not easy, but Punjab made their life difficult. I don't know what is wrong with Punjab. Uh, they have good players, they have tried everything, but somehow or the other they end up losing a match from a winning position, and they definitely lose a match, which is tough. That is my prediction. I mean that is what I have to say.
So today's match, basically, I think the way Sunrisers started, right, both Warner and Barristo. Barristo today actually showed that he is one of the most destructive batsmen in the world. He has all the shots in the world. He can play anywhere in the ground, and very very importantly, he's an impact player. Now, the way they batted for the 15 overs actually created a lot of impact in the mind of the Punjab team. And they came back. Bishnoi bowled brilliantly for those couple of overs, and they came back. But somewhere the team, Sunrisers created a lot of havoc in the mind. And I felt that Kings 11 could have actually fought to the end, but somewhere they couldn't place the innings well. Similarly, like Maxwell took that run, though that was the time to take chances. Also, the run out issue of Mayank and Rahul. So I think somewhere things they had a very bad day actually. So overall, though the match was one-sided, I think my belief is I think Kings 11 Punjab is out of this IPL. They don't have any chance at this point of time unless and until there is a miracle, because mentally they're out. Mentally, I think they're down. The two teams which are mentally down right now is CSK and Kings 11 Punjab. I still feel some chance with RCB. With RCB, there is a good possibility they may stay in the top four. But if you talk about Kings 11 Punjab, I think it's all over for them.
And also just to mention that you had already said something yesterday that on a given day, the Sunrisers have the firepower to beat probably any team, and today they somehow were able to show that firepower.
Yeah, so I think today the balls which got the wickets today, I mean, I'm talking about their spinner, Sunrisers spinners who got the ball and the 3 wickets which he took. I think he is a world-class bowler. He is not only a world-class bowler, I think a lot of old cricketers are saying that if they could have played cricket now, even they could have not faced him. So that
Absolutely.
is the kind of bowling he is doing. So Rashid Khan, in my cricketing sense, is a legend. He's a legend, and in a day he can finish anybody for the match. So I think everything fell in place. Rashid Khan, Barristo, and to some extent Warner. I think everything fell in place. 2 runouts in a IPL match shows that the entire luck is with the other team. So you can actually imagine.
Well, with terms of today's match, I feel that as I predicted, I think I spoke yesterday about what Sunrisers, if you see the IPL like from 2016 and the side they have been, whenever they bat first, they put a score. They're very good. They're one of those side who defend very well, always, because they have such a bowling line. They always prefer to defend targets, and this is one of the IPL tournaments where batting first and win the match is becoming the norm now. I think going forward you'll see many of the teams, except Sharjah, the ground with Sharjah. I think that's a nightmare for the bowlers, I guess. So
Absolutely.
it's a very small ground. So but I think Abu Dhabi and Dubai, which is being slow. And in terms of, so I think putting 200 on the board, I always felt with a team like Kings 11, and when there is no Chris Gale, I think he was supposed to be there today. He was not well, sick. Anil Kumble mentioned so. And with KL Rahul not, I think with Kings 11, if they wanted to win this match, they had like Rahul playing a very blinder, and dude Nick Puran played well, I think, but they needed someone like a Maxwell. So Maxwell has been considering not firing. I mean, it's like Maxwell has been like a very inconsistent player. I mean, if you see his career, it's like whenever he hits, it's like he plays an innings out of 6 or 7 innings. Like and it's not been a consistent player ever. It's just like a threat with like um so I think they needed Maxwell or somebody like a Gale to just fire to get this total. Otherwise, it would have been always be a difficult chasing 200 against Sunrisers. Yeah, because Sunrisers looked a very balanced team with the top three: Williamson, Warner, Besto, and obviously Rashid being amazing. But I think that over where they played Rashid without any run, that was a little bit strange because you cannot so much respect a bowler in T20 now. Even I mean, Rashid has been taken to runs. It's not like that, but yeah, I mean, when you're chasing 200 and you just cannot play such an over. So I think I do agree that Kings 11 I don't stand a chance. I also think Kings 11 with Arjunda mentioned. I think Rajasthan Royals also face the same thing. I think so. CSK, I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, things are difficult for Kings 11 going forward.
Absolutely. So coming on to one more thing that even Punjab had a very miserable day at office. But if you try to count the positives, one positive thing was after the 14th or probably 14th 15th over, there was two youngsters. From one side, Bishnoi came and started picking up wickets, and from the other hand, there was a left-handed pacer who probably for 4 5 years did a very nice spell. And anything which the youngsters does actually does excite us. So that probably is something the only positive Punjab has to carry on from today's game. So in,
Yes.
so in case you guys throw some light on that.
With
Yeah, Mayuk, if you don't mind, can you just repeat the question? I could actually not hear it
Yeah,
completely.
no, not an issue at all. What I am asking is, even though Punjab had a had a totally miserable match, but if you try to count positives among that, the only positive was after the probably the 14th and 15th over, there were two youngsters, Vishnoi from one end and the left-handed pacer from other end. Both are youngsters, and they managed to do some probably 3-4 overs or probably 4-5 overs, they tried checking the runs, and that was probably the only thing that stopped Sunrisers from scoring 230, 240 odd score. So if you see on a broader angle, I think that is the only positives Punjab can carry on from today's game.
Yeah, so perfect. So I think the emergence of Ravi Bishnoi in this IPL has been one of the pluses for Kings 11 Punjab. Very, very importantly, you have to also look at the form of Nicholas Puran. Yesterday, we made a point of the Caribbean cricketers not performing in this IPL. And I think today he was absolutely brilliant. And let me tell you, if he would have stayed there for another 15 balls, maybe if Maxwell was there for another 10 balls with him and he could have stayed another 15 balls, the match was over. Because the
Absolutely.
kind of form he was in, I think 2 bad overs, they could have just changed the game. Because if you see the over Nicholas Puran got out, the average was needed was only around 12 and a half. It was very much possible. They could have just done it.
Yeah.
So it was a matter of just playing the over of Rashid Khan and probably take it further to a level of 14-15 average. But then he actually showed the caliber he has. Nicholas Puran is actually one of the most, I think he will emerge as one of the most deadliest batsmen in the future. With of course Hetmeyer. Hetmeyer is also not firing, but both are extremely exciting players.
Absolutely. So I am.
With terms of Ravi Bishnoi, I do agree with Arjun. The Ravi Bishnoi is I think I've seen his bowling in Ranji as well. I mean, exciting talent with Anil Kumble was mentioning, and the way he bowls, the way he loops. So good prospect going for India as well, and with Kings 11 as well. Yeah, and hoping to I just think like I'm very sure that going forward in this IPL he will be effective. But I don't think like with the pitches in Abu Dhabi, I mean, when they bat second, when the pitches become slow, he will be difficult to play against, So going forward in this IPL. And with terms of, with terms of Nicholas Purani, I've been an exciting Caribbean player, I've seen bat in CPL as well and here as well. So today he did a very good job. Maybe, yeah. I was not sure like whether he could have finished it or, but I did feel like he was losing out of partners, So they need someone like Maxwell. But I do think, with terms of Kings 11, I do feel that they miss a player like Chris Gale in the top. Although KL and Mayank are having a very good group of games, but I think Chris Gale, like when he plays, I mean, I'm not sure when he comes back how much fit and how much good form he is, but they need a player like that on the top three. So, yeah, I mean, Punjab has good individuals, I mean, I feel that their team, they have a good individuals, but like, as like sometimes in RCB as collective as a team, I don't think they are gelling well. Like with Sunrisers are doing well. I mean, with KL and Rahul as captain as well in the first year, and so he's learning the trick. Had a good brain in Anil Kumble, but he's still learning, I feel. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So, coming on to the final section, tomorrow we have the match against where the Rajasthan Royals is playing the Delhi Capitals, and Delhi Capitals being the strongest team on pen and paper.
Yes.
So, I just want to ask you guys that tomorrow is it
One
going to be
question.
a yes, please?
Where's the match happening tomorrow? Sharjah, right?
That I might have to
Yes,
get
the
into
match
the
is
news.
happening on Sharjah. So
Okay,
yeah, so just imagine how the match will be. High scoring,
absolutely. So,
200, 220. Yeah,
yeah,
with
but
Delhi how Delhi are playing. I think they bat first, or I think yeah. Let's see.
Arjunda.
So Delhi, though they're in a momentum, but you never know when you're out of rigor. So if they're able to keep the momentum, Delhi sure shot is going to win. Okay, very very importantly, as we are all pointing out, the first innings is very very critical. Whoever bats first has got a prominent chance because Sharjah being a small ground, if it is in Sharjah, so they have a chance if they win the toss. But having said that, Steve Smith is due for a big score. Okay, because I have been observing Steve Smith when he was a leg spinner. So when he was a leg spinner and he started his career as a leg spinner. So looking at potential, I strongly feel that Steve Smith is in for a due. It can be tomorrow. And if Steve Smith with Samson and of course Butler, they all stick together like the way today Barristo came back to form. And I think Butler is a similar destructive batsman at this point of time. So Butler with Steve Smith, I think is going to be an exciting match. If Delhi is able to keep the rigor, they may win. But I think huge chance for Rajasthan Royals. Rajasthan Royals may come back strongly.
Absolutely. So I'll just check once again. Raktinda, can you hear us? So as there is some problem with his connection, so probably we'll end it here. So I want to thank all the viewers who have been watching us. So yes, do like and subscribe our videos in our YouTube channel. And so thank you very much,
What?
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes, and you want to say something?
Yeah, just nothing. I mean, amazing discussion just with Arjun, though, what he mentioned. You said tomorrow's match with Delhi. Would like to point out, I mean, with Delhi, I think last year also being the top four, with what I see with Delhi being the guidance of Vicky Ponting. I think this season far with, I think what the important key with Delhi is being a good, like Shreyas Iyer emerging as a very good leader. I think, of course, a good form with the bat. But I think if you see their team with the batting, I mean, from the top with Prithvi and with terms of who's the guy who opens the batting, Shikhar Dhawan. And with the middle order, everybody's, I think, Hetma Dio, but their batting order in terms of Stoinis being good form. So, like, it looks balanced for now. But I think also the advantage with Delhi they have is the bowling. Rabada and Norke. Tremendous, I mean, with two South African bowlers.
Sure.
They're like bowling tremendously well. I mean, Norke has been a very fine for Delhi. I've not seen him much, but I do feel that they excel in that department. So the team looks balanced, but I think in T20 you never know. But I think if Delhi wins the toss tomorrow, they may chase in Sharjah.
Yeah.
With Steve Smith, due for a big innings. I think this may be a ground where the ball. This is a good batting track. So this may be tomorrow, may be this day. But I think it will be a high-scoring, interesting match. 200
Yeah.
on the cards. Very
Sure.
much.
So on
210,
that,
220.
absolutely. So on that note, we are ending today's post-match podcast. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Arjunda, and thank you so much, Ayan, for joining
Absolutely.
me. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
see
Thank you. Thank
you
you.
probably after tomorrow's match. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Good night. Take
Good
care.
night. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.